Alright, let's be honest here. We all have crammed for exams at some point. Usually leads to poor long term benefits and is nothing but a quick fix to a festering problem. If you study just the night before and manage to pass your exams time and time again, it simply leads your mind into thinking that this will work every time that you do it for a long period of time, or at least until the day you finally fail an exam. But is cramming inherently a terrible way to study? Or can it be modified to be more effective? Instead of cramming less than 24 hours to doomsday, aka the exam, it's better to start cramming at the start of the semester than at the end of it. Instead of the total chaos that follows from papers everywhere, 6 coffee cups stacked, and frantic page flipping, it's a lot of stress with trying to pull an all nighter to cram 12 weeks of materials in 12 hours while not even understanding what's happening and being unable to recall anything after you're done with your exam. So then it leads you to wonder, if you had actually spaced out this whole process of cramming, how would it be? Okay, I get it, sometimes life happens and you have to cram. So if you are watching this at 2 a.m. before an exam, then you could do these steps to cram. Step 1: prioritize the high yield topics. Rather than flipping through each and every single word and every page, it's much better to focus on what's most likely to be on the test. So, much better to read the summary at the end of a chapter and understand what the key highlighted terms are and pick up quick definitions and some examples. Next is to use active recall, since it doesn't make sense to just sit and read everything, but rather it's important to try and quiz yourself to actually assess if you understood anything that you've read. Because for the exams with the questions, it would make a lot more sense if you were able to take anything away from all that cramming that you do, as opposed to just stuffing your head with info that you can't even recall. And lastly, and this is if possible, it's best to get at least a few hours of sleep, even if it's like 3 to 5 hours of sleep, so that the rest actually improves your memory and focus. And science has shown that sleeping or napping for even as less as 30 minutes really helps you improve your memory. And this is something that you got to use in the worst case scenario, wherein you slacked off all semester and you really have to lock in for the last couple of days or even the night before the exam. But what happens if you still have time and it's just the start of the semester? What if you could still start cramming the right way, every bit a little at a time every week? Well, then I would say your future you would be thankful. The most ideal time, in my opinion, would be to start cramming a little bit at the start of the semester when you're fresh right after your holidays and you have plenty of capacity to feed your brain tidbits of information in small spoonfuls. This way, at the end of the semester, you already understand the core details and you just need to refine the fine details to give your exam stress free.